Soundtrack to the love we make. Let your love flow and shower us. Let your love flow and shower us.
Hey, peace and love, peace and love. Oh, no wonder. That's an iPhone charger. Let me get the Android Type-C charger real quick. You already know. Getting set up. Yeah, so we can do this video. What's good, everybody? Peace and love, peace and love. Oh, man, let's see here. Which way do I want to go? We're going to go this way. On my way to the workhouse, to the job, the J-O-B. Another day in that thing. I hadn't made a video in a couple of days. I haven't been sitting still though. I've still been doing what I've been doing. I've still been studying, researching, understanding, gaining clarity on quite a few things. I had an opportunity to, well, first, I guess, little backstory. Like I say, one important part of knowing who you are is knowing where you come from. I think I've said that to y'all before. And finding out, or on my quest to find out where I come from, I started here recently with my mother's side of the family, and wanting to trace back to see, you know, what all I can uncover and discover about my family's history, where we came from, and things of that nature. So I had talked to my mom, and you know, just kind of letting her know where I was with it, and you know, that I wanted to. During the school year, my youngest daughter had to do a project in which she was supposed to talk to, say, the eldest person in the family and like interview them. So long story short, they never got around to actually doing the project. I don't know what happened. I guess the teacher decided not to do it. But just when that had come up, my mom had suggested that my daughter talk to my mom's uncle, which was my grandmother's brother. He's 101, I believe. And that was playing in my head. That at that time period during the school year, my mom had suggested that, but we never set it up. And at that time, I didn't even know that I needed that just as much as my daughter needed that, you know. So fast forward, and, you know, I'm like, I need to speak to, you know, my mom's uncle. And so I reached out to my mom, and, you know, we had a conversation, and she ended up putting me in contact with him. It was like, it wasn't late, but it was later than I expected my mom and a 101-year-old man to be awake. But we ended up, my mom called me with him on the phone, and we had some long conversation. I mean, I had like just pen and pad, and I mean, he just started going. As soon as he got on the phone, Like, he was just all kind of stuff, man. The history, like stuff I never even knew, never would have thought about, never considered. And it's like, to hear it was mind-blowing. To know this is just my mother's side of the family, that I'm learning so much from one person on my mother's side of the family. And then it's like, it's my mother's side of the family. So like, I haven't even gone up the line of my mother's father's side of the family. I haven't even, you know, seen where they come from. And then I still have my father, you know, his mother's side of the family as well as his father's side of the family. Like, these are things that I sincerely never bothered with, never like had a care for. But now it's like, whatever it was that woke up inside of me, I've been wanting to know. Like, I've been wanting to know who I am, where I come from, because that's important to me, knowing what's next. You know, your history can tell you a lot about your future. And so, yeah, I mean, I had a great conversation with him, and I mean, he just dropped so much on me, like, some things like I do want to share, but maybe not yet. You know, I want to get some more things together. But just to know that as far as my mother's mother, which was my grandmother, my mother's mother's side of the family, we have a direct connection to Nassau, Bahamas. Now, I have no idea like, you know, even where to even begin with that. But I can say there was a time when I was in my early 20s that I had this, I don't even know what it was. I don't want to say it was a random thought or idea, but I had this random thought about feeling like I at least had family there. Like, not thinking like I had family to come from there. I had a thought that there was a possibility I had family that was currently there, you know, like that had possibly moved there, you know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking like in generations that are people that are alive during my lifetime, like that I've had family there while I've been alive. You know, that I had that thought in my 20s. That, like, maybe I had family there, but I don't even know where that came from. I think it was from having conversation with somebody that was from there, and I just felt as they spoke, like I just felt like me too. but it's like I know because I never said it out loud or on a video. I mean, there could be some speculation, like he just saying that because he found out. But the reality is, me finding out blew my mind because I remembered that. I remembered feeling like I had family there. But now the understanding and confirmation is that I had family to come from there to America, you know. And that's important. Like, that's important to understand. I found out that, of course, well, you don't know this because you see my skin color, but going up my grandmother's line, there were some whites, you know, that white and black mixes of the line. So I found out. I'm gonna hold off on who I found out, and this is crazy, you know. Like, but who I found out was a part of the family tree, man. But it makes sense just based on history and based on what stories I've always heard and been told, and you know, this was deep. But in that, to find out that there was even some Irish in our family tree, just going up my mother's side. There, we man. I want to say I'm like I don't even know what I want to say. I'm just like, this has really like opened up some things, and it just has set me like on a whole nother thing with gathering the knowledge and the information about my family and my history, and just further empowering, you know, and strengthening me on this journey, on this path, because I know so much more now about myself and my people, and I'm doing more research. Like I took so many notes as he was talking, and I'm just excited about being able to even go and backtrack and study up this line to find out what I can find out, and to connect these dots and kind of see where some of my family still is. Man, he was talking so fast too. I missed I missed some things, but you know, we're gonna follow up. And y'all, I just wanted to encourage y'all, and man, I'm just I've been so excited about it, because it's like, wow, man, this took a whole nother turn. Because I mean, in my mind, just based off school and you know what we were taught, I mean, I never had any intentions of digging into that, because I just thought I came over here on a boat. You know, my ancestors came in the belly of a slave ship, you know. But of course, since I've been in my 30s, I've learned so much about that story, and so much about the original people who inhabited this place that we call America prior to European settlement. And just to know that there's rich melanated history here that far predates any type of European influence or presence. And not to get too deep off into that, but just to know that, man, there are more stories than just even the people who potentially came over on ships. You know, there were people already here that are people of color, and you know, even to hear, you know, the Nassau Bahamas connection, and, you know, just there's more, the Irish connection, and just to think about all of this and putting all this together, it really just gives you a feeling of reassurance, and it gives you like a confidence. It gives you like a power, because you actually know where to come from, who you come from, where you come from, and it's such an empowering feeling to have this knowledge now. And so I just strongly encourage, man, I don't know if y'all even know your histories or not, you know, beyond your grandparents or beyond your great-grandparents. Like, what all do you know beyond your grandparents or great-grandparents? And you know, I'm only suggesting that knowing this knowledge could really possibly do some things for you and help you to understand your purpose in life, understand your power in life. And I don't know, I just I just feel so good about what I'm finding, and I just believe that it could potentially strengthen and empower you too. I mean, just to know your people, and know the power, and you know, some of us were landowners, and I mean, just to know those things, it just strengthens you to know that, man, not everybody necessarily has the same story or same history, but to know that a lot of us come from a family of greatness that may have been stolen from us, or you know, taken from us, tricked from under us, you know, but just finding that information out, it feeds your soul, and it just empowers you to know that if I come from this great rich history, you know, I can definitely return to that great rich place that I came from, you know. But when we have in our minds that we came in the bottom of a ship chained up, you know, that's pretty much sometimes as far as of a level of greatness that we can see for ourselves. So it kind of limits our potential. It limits our ability to see ourselves being great if we've only ever known ourselves to come from those terrible conditions. But if you were to find out that maybe your family didn't come here in that method, and that your family was already here and owned hundreds of acres of land and were farmers, and, you know, had their own markets and were wealthy and successful, only to be robbed, killed, murdered, and slaughtered out of their land. And by the time you're born, you have no knowledge of it because they've killed off the people who can bring that knowledge to you. It changes your perspective. It has fed me so much, and just gave me so much hope in my future, and, you know, what I'm doing to build something for my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren, to be able to leave them something, for them to be able to be born into having something to start with. So that's all, y'all. I just want to encourage y'all and share with y'all the good news that I've been learning about myself and my family, and encourage y'all to see what you can find out about your family. It might blow your mind too. All right, peace and love.